Do, 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 do.
cdkeys.com. Shop the latest games and upcoming releases at the best prices. Enjoy incredible savings with up to 35% off new releases. Don't miss out. cdkeys.com. Pay less, game more.
Want people to take your business seriously? Introducing GoDaddy Email and Microsoft 365. Show customers you mean business with an email address that's as professional as you are. With Microsoft 365, make collaborating easier and work from anywhere. Take the next step on your business journey.
Howdy doody, everybody.
Want people to take your business seriously? Introducing Email and Microsoft 5. Show customers you business. Email address.
Dun, 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 dun. How you doing? Got 6 watching already. We're just waiting for Davey to come in. A little bit early as usual. Just want to get set up. Just hoping people can hear me all right. Well, who'd have thought? 1 game to go in the season, eh? Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on in the rumour mill, isn't there? A lot of things going on in the rumour mill today. It never rains but it pours with our football club. So how's everybody been doing? How are you all doing? Have you had a good Monday? Whether you're back at work, whether you're retired, whether you've just got in from school? Chuffed a bits that I've managed to hit the 2,170 subscribers now. Absolutely chuffed a bits. Thanks everybody for helping out. Ian Wilkinson, how you doing, mate? We Sunderland fans devastated with the news from Jack from SAFC Fan TV. Yeah, massive condolences to Jack Shields and his family. I couldn't believe when I heard that. He was very much part of SAFC Fan TV, great bunch of guys. Sure, he'd be massively missed on SAFC Fan TV. Such a shame about Jack Shields, and regular on the SAFC Fan TV show, and of course you'd see him out and about everywhere else, so it's going to be a huge miss. Not good, devastated. Yeah, absolutely. Such a nice lad as well. Such a massive miss. Alright, so far we've got 7 votes in the poll so far. Will we be better off without Speakman, obviously, because there's rumours going about that he could be going to Leon. 57% so far are saying yes, 14% are saying no, 29% are sort of not too sure. Yeah, because there's the same thing, isn't it? Better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Well, I've just come back, got in from work, another horrible rainy day. Just had to bath the daughter, get her tea ready, and straight into the chat. I want to make this a regular appearance on a Monday. He did, Ian, talk so much sense as well. Nice natured fella as well. He wasn't up his own backside. He was just calm. And he knew a lot about the club. It's such a shame, isn't it? It is such a shame. So Dave, you'll be joining us soon. Looks like Jacob, the auction MACKEM, is going to possibly jump in as well. He was at the game on Saturday. That is absolutely mad. He was at the game on Saturday. What, down Watford? That's crazy. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely mental. Aye, massive condolences to the family, I'm sure. And there's lots of posts everywhere about him on social media as well. So I'm just getting my mate Jacob on. Can you hear me there, Jacob?
Yeah, 1-2, 1-2.
Hello, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm champion, thank you.
Good, good, good.
I watched the under-21s on Sunday. Went to watch the under-21s. Sunderland against Blackburn, won 4-0.
Yeah, I know it was a really good performance. That, like, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ellis Taylor shook my hand because I said, "Oh, well done," and he went, "Oh, thank you."
Did he?
Yeah.
That's quality, man.
Yeah, I forgot who's the manager at under-21s. Graham. I think his name's Graham or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is something like that. Yeah.
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 At one point, he said, "Oh, pardon me, French," because he was swearing a bit.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice bloke.
So it's such sad news. The Sunderland support. There's a lad called, you'll have heard, Jack Shields. He passed away.
Jack Shields.
Yeah, he was a regular feature on SAFC Fan TV. A very popular figure. He featured every week. He was even down the match on Saturday. Felt unwell on the way down and also on the way back, and he passed away. So, and Elliot Anderson's already in the chat. R.I.P. Jack Shields will be a huge miss. So,
what was it that killed him, Cabby? Was it?
No idea. Absolutely no idea. We're just hearing that he was unwell when he went down
We'll
there,
never know.
and he was unwell coming back as well. But
yeah,
I guess the family and that'll just want some private time for a few days, understandably.
Same with Charlie Early. We don't know how he died. Might have been old age with him.
Absolutely, yeah. There's going to be a massive do for him, I think, at the Stadium of Light on Friday.
All right.
I didn't join Ants live on Saturday because I had 7 kids in the back garden, screaming and jumping on trampolines. I wouldn't have been able to speak.
He's not doing a show tonight, is he, Amp?
I don't know what he's doing, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure. I don't think he is. No.
I saw him and David in as if they were going live, but it might be just for
probably just having a bit crack on and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian Wilkinson, no improvement on Saturday. We need to get the new coach in ASAP. Yeah, he had heart issues in the past, apparently, said Ian.
All right. He were only young though, wasn't he? Was he like around my age or a bit younger, like 19?
I don't think he was very old, to be honest with you, Jacob. Nah.
No.
No, we had we had a canny show last week with Nick Barnes and stuff. He's a sound fella, like Nick Barnes. It's so weird having him on the show when you're such a familiar voice, listening to him on the radio, like.
Yeah. Is he thinking of coming back on, or do you think that's it? Maybe.
No.
Because he'll be busy, won't
he? He will come back on. maybe in the next couple of months or so like that. He's already said he would.
Oh, that's champion.
Try to get Gary Bennett on, but he's a very sort of...
Is he more reserved?
He's very reserved, Gary Bennett, apparently.
Oh,
He's
bless
not
him.
massively into social media, yeah. He was 29, was he? Says Ian.
9 years older than me. I'm 20.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
What you been up to today? Been doing much?
Not really, no. Well, just writing some work down for me interview on the 20th of May. Just got a job interview.
Oh, doing what?
Well, it's for. Have you heard of Alphams? Alphams Travel Agency.
Vaguely,
They're independent. Yeah, well, it's with them. So I've got to write something down as if I'm promoting a holiday, to someone, as if I'm selling a holiday. So I wrote down Cassiope, which is a town in Corfu where we've been. So
you can also write down a coal mining town near Birmingham called Clageton, which is quite good.
yeah. Or we could do somewhere in the northeast. Could do, can't you?
Yeah. What
Could
about Preston? The only trouble is nobody wants to go down there with them. That team hasn't got a manager, eh?
I think I'm going to go now, Cabby.
See you later. We'll see you next week, Jacob.
Yeah. Could do Benwell. Cabby. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it, Benwell?
How depressing, like. Ian says they're trying to get an applause for Jack Shields on the 29th minute of the last game.
Oh, it's Wednesday. I'll be at that game. I'll be stopping over as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's hard for me and my dad to go because he works a lot. So, but when he can go, we do.
I don't think it'd be an easy game, Sheffield Wednesday. Like, our season's done and dusted, like, innit?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think of that Marek guy maybe coming in?
Do you know
his
what?
name?
I don't know absolutely nothing about him.
No, but
nothing.
You can't doubt him. Can't doubt him because they've done this before. People you hadn't heard of, like look at Ipswich.
Oh,
They've done something similar.
At the end of the day, it's results that do the job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the 3 points.
But
I think we'll be in this league. I think for 4 seasons, same as League One Championship. I think. As much as I do prefer it than League One though. Like, don't get me wrong. I think I'll enjoy the Championship seasons better. But ultimately, Premier League's where we want to be.
It's going to be an absolute huge summer. I mean, there's already rumours that Speakman's going to be
leaving
on his way out. Yeah, I know. So far, I've only just put this poll up. 12 votes have come in. 67% have said yes, Speakman to go. We'd be better off without. 17% said no, and 17% not sure. Because there's a few Sunderland fans saying, "Be careful what you wish for," because he has brought some good players in at the beginning, but he's just not done himself any favours, has he, at all? Last season, especially.
No, so let's just wait and see. But we're still at least Sunderland until we die. So you just got to keep the faith.
It was so frustrating, though, against against Watford. Like, I mean, crikey! I mean, how many chances did we miss when that ball was squared to Patrick Roberts? I was ready to just celebrate. That had goal written all over it, didn't it?
Yeah. But it's just never a dull moment at Sunderland, is there?
Watford's first win since November. We're good at rewriting the books, aren't we?
Oh, aye. But we all go on about experience, like you said. But look at David Moyes for us. So.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the hell's gone on with Davey Moyes and stuff. To be honest with you, I mean,
He did well at Everton. Rubbish with Man United. Rubbish with, was it Real Sociedad or whatever?
He did.
He comes to us, does rubbish, but yet he's doing well at West Ham.
I just
So,
I don't know. It was just like ever since like Big Sam, when he took that England job on, it was like the building bricks just came away from Sunderland. It was just I just had that feeling when Sam went. I just had that feeling. It's like that we're going to go free fall here, because I think what it was, a lot of them players, when we beat Everton 3-0, a lot of them players love Big Sam. I mean, did you see the way they ran over the touchline, cuddling him and jumping on top of him and that? It was full time. The players love Big Sam, and of course, Big Sam's been replaced with David Moyes. I mean, let's face it, he's not exactly exciting, is it? And I just don't think the players took to him.
no.
And basically, he jumped in a team. David Moyes jumped in a team where everybody was like really fond of Sam Allardyce, and they just never took. They just never took the Moisey at all.
Mm. Yeah, and it's been a downward trajectory, hasn't it? Since then.
Well, it was down. Christ Almighty, has it not?
But there was something not right before them on it. We kept surviving relegation, only just. You knew something. Looking back, you like something wasn't right at the club, was it?
Well, since
I think Ellis Short should have sold the club after we stayed up with Big Sam. He could have sold the club then, and then could have had a new era. So.
But ever since I've supported the lads, I mean, I'm 49 now. I've been supporting them since I was 10-year-old. They've always been not good enough for the top division, and too good for the division below. It's like if there was a little league between those two, we'd be absolutely perfect. Do you know what I mean? We would like it's been like that for a long time.
I think
I
can see us being I think we can be a Brighton. If we get to Prem out, I can see us being like the next Brighton. Maybe 10th in the Prem or somewhere in that part of the Premier League.
It's just
that's where I think that's where we belong.
It's mad.
10th in the Prem, somewhere like that.
Yeah, I know. It's just mad when you think of it, though. The fact, like, when we finished 7th twice with Peter Reid, you think with all the money coming in from the Prem, we'd be richer and richer. Hello, Davey. Is that you in, mate?
All right, Davey.
Davey's just joined us. I don't know if can you hear us all right, Davey?
Yeah, me, you champion,
we've got you. Are you coming on cam, or are you just coming on the audio only, Davey, lad?
I haven't got now what to do. I don't know what I'm going to think.
It's up to you, mate. It's up to you. I'm just going to...
There you go.
Hey, there he is.
I'm on my haircut this year. You might not recognise me.
I might not recognise you. I'm just gonna.
You're almost. He's almost like you, Cabby.
I don't know if you've This is the Yorkshire MACKEM, Davey. He's another Sunderland fan. I don't know if you've met each other or you know each other.
No, I've never heard of him. No.
No, I usually go on stream with Amth, and Cabby's on there as well. So yeah, thought I'd come on here tonight. Oh,
good.
I'm just getting the right position for you guys. There we go.
Yeah.
Davey often phones Radio Newcastle, BBC Radio Newcastle, don't you? And you're well known on the airwaves, aren't you, mate? I can see your hair now, Davey. Absolute Christ, mate. You look like Tom Cruise there, mate. Not bad at all.
So what you been talking about tonight then?
Well, we've just literally been talking about the sad passing of Jack Shields. I don't know if you know, a young lad, 29-year-old, yeah?
I watch them all the time,
Aye, so it's such a shame, like, do you know what I mean? He apparently died suddenly and that, like, but he was at the match on Saturday and all, I reckon.
Oh, God.
So,
yeah,
such a shame. So they're going to try and do a round of applause at the Stadium of Light at 29th minute.
Yeah.
Only 29, eh? That's not old at all, is it?
He's had hard problems for a while, hasn't he?
Somebody said that on the chat, yeah.
Yeah.
They did, aye. Well, I was talking with Jacob. We were just talking about, like we could hopefully we could do the same as what Brighton and that and Bournemouth and that are doing, and Brentford in the Premier League, and establishing that ourselves one day. And I was just saying, it's like it's weird, that time when we finished 7th twice on the trot when Peter Reid was manager, with all the money and the TV revenue, you think Sunderland would be able to go from strength to strength, wouldn't you? And it's just, and we've always seemed to be in that club, Davey, haven't we? Where not quite good enough for the top tier, and too good for the next division below. And I was saying, like, if we had a league in between, we'd be bloody perfect, wouldn't we?
Oh, I mean, it's so disappointing this season, like after last season. That's what makes it a lot worse this season. That last season was so good.
Yeah.
They just needed to invest a little bit money and they would have kicked on. Now they found themselves in the boat where they're going to have to invest a hell of a lot of money just to kick on.
If it was the other way around, it'd be different. If this was our first season and last season was our second season, it'd be different,
Yeah.
But
Totally different.
there's worse teams to support, though, isn't there? Jesus. Could be a Rotherham fan.
You've got no choice. When it's in your blood, you've got no choice. You've got to support the thing. It's just the way it is.
Me and Jacob were talking about, that class game at the stadium. Like, I don't know if you were there, Davey, when we beat Everton 3-0.
Sent the Mags down.
Sent the Mags down. Big Sam was the manager in that. You could tell straight away, couldn't you, when Big Sam left that time? We were just kind of sort of free fall. That team loved Big Sam. They adored him, Corny and all that. They were jumping all over him at full time. I was just saying to Jacob and that, and then Moyes comes in and replaces that, and the players just weren't interested playing for Moyes, were they? And we were just saying, it's weird because Moyes did a good job at Everton, and how did he do so bad for Sunderland? I just think the players didn't take to him, did they? Really?
He's too dour for me. Like, he's the total opposite of Big Sam, wasn't he?
Aye. Dunza says with Moyes, he had his hands tied. Ellis Short wouldn't put any money in. Big Sam had to work very hard with Short to get money for Kazri and Corney. We're always going on about money, aren't we? I mean, what was your thoughts, Davey, on the Watford game? Then, what did you think of that?
When I think of it, the honest truth, I was absolutely disgusted in it. The way we set up for a game with nothing on it, why didn't we just go and have a go? I mean, he set the team up as if we needed a point to steer up. That's what got me so disgusted at it. I mean, suddenly we've got somebody who can take a long throw. So he's got Elise taking long throws into the box with nobody in there. We haven't got a centre forward or nothing. So Ballard's flicking them on to nobody. What's all that about?
Absolutely. What do you think of it, Jacob? When you watched it, do you think the lads played well, or do you agree with what Dave said?
It's great with Davey, really. It's like watching paint dry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, in the words of Elton John, sorry seems to be the hardest word, as they say.
Yeah. Another thing, Stuart, that was annoying us on Saturday. Why all of a sudden is Patterson trying to play like Edison from Man City, where he gets his centre half to take the goal kick and knock it across the 6-yard box at him for him to kick it out when he cannot even kick it?
I phoned the post-match show with Gary Bennett after the game. Well, actually, Radio Newcastle phoned me because they didn't have time to get us on the Friday. And he said the same thing. He says, we just haven't got the players to do play that type of football, but yet we keep trying it, and we just haven't got the skill to do it. We just haven't. I mean, look. Let's just be realistic here. We should have won that game 4-1 when you think of it. How the chances that we had, we should have won that game 4-1 home and dry. I didn't think Watford were that good, to be quite honest with you.
I thought they were really poor. It's one of the worst Watford sides I've seen.
Yep. I thought Patterson should have done better, mind, for their goal. It sort of like went a bit underneath him, didn't it? You know, but how many matches, though, are we going to say this and say this? We need a striker or strikers, because how many times have we tried to attack, gone forward, we've got nothing in the box, you know, or when we do get chances, they're gone big. And I mean, Clark should have had two. You know, Roberts Roberts was just badly positioned. He was just too far forward, wasn't he?
How far back has he gone? It's frightening.
I just can't understand it.
He can't even stand up now. And yet that ball used to be stuck to his toe.
Ah, you know that. Especially the back end of last season. Christ almighty, they were destroying teams. Remember the Sheffield Wednesday playoff semi-final, second leg?
Yeah.
When he... Roberts, I don't know if not people didn't notice it, but Roberts actually came... He sprinted from our half, like a steam train, right into the box to time that cross from Clark to score the winning goal. Where's his pace gone, as you say?
Just come back. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not here next year.
What do you reckon, Jacob? Do you reckon we'll be with the likes of Clark and Roberts? Or do you think they'll be gone?
Could go either way, to be fair, couldn't it? I mean, Clark's still on. Is it a 2-year contract? But I won't be surprised if he does go. But the only good thing is to take out of that, we can get a lot of money for him, and we can use that money to get a better experienced striker, someone like Morgan Whittaker or Smodic. You know,
Smodic should be good. Like,
yeah.
You know, I thought Sunderland they controlled the game for long periods. I mean, they passed it around all right in the middle of the park and stuff. But like I say, it's where it matters. It counts. It's like when the ball goes into the box, we haven't got that player that's there at the right place at the right time to know where the goal is. And I said that to Gary Bennett, and he totally agreed. And he said he's sick to death to keep going on about we need a striker, and you know why has it took so long, and they still haven't sorted it out.
We need a striker 2 Januaries ago.
Aye, and once again, still a deadly silence from Speakman. Absolutely nothing. I mean, at this end of the stage, I mean, we're now hearing rumours that Speakman could be gone to Leon and this and that and the other. And there's still this terrifying silence. I mean, when was the last time Speakman actually did a press conference? Does anybody know?
Sitting next to me. That was the last time you've seen him.
Was that the last time we seen him? Next
Last
to
time
Bill?
Speakman's been on the air. He's sitting next to Michael Beale.
Jesus, I didn't realise it was that long ago. Like, I mean, why do you think he's doing it, Jacob? Do you think he's got too much egg on his face? He realises that the plan and the model he's got hasn't worked. He doesn't want to face the backlash of the fans, or he knows something that we didn't know. Like, I mean, are they selling up? Are they going to be gone?
Probably because he's scared to be criticised, and he's scared of what questions we'll ask him. He's scared of what he won't be used to the questions we ask him. You know, he's going to be used to answering corporate questions. You know,
exactly. You've hit the nail right on the head, Jacob.
You know,
he's never lived in the real world. He wouldn't know how to speak to me and you.
No. Maybe us three should take over. I think we could do a better job.
Well, it's like when they do their meetings, when they have their meetings and stuff, it's like the questions are already rehearsed. There's only a certain amount of questions that has to be asked, and they're written down for people to ask before they know. So I just find them pointless. Can you imagine if they were freelancing? They could just ask any question they want. He wouldn't last 5 minutes. Speakman in there, would he?
No. Empty promises, maybe. That's probably what it is.
Empty promises?
Mm.
Aye, well, the clock's ticking fast. They can't hide for much longer. You know, there's only one game to go. Surely KLD or Speakman's going to come out and say something, a press conference at the end of the match or the end of the season. You would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Report, like
Aye.
End of season report.
I don't know. It's just absolutely balmy. Like, are you going? Jacob's gone to the Sheffield Wednesday game. He's staying now. Are you going to the match and all, Davey?
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to be an easy game because Sheffield Wednesday aren't safe, are they? So they're going to be fighting for their lives. I think that's going to be a tough game. That like.
Well, certainly fighting for their lives, and they've been fighting for their lives for half the season.
You know, I'm just
Well,
looking at.
I've just.
Sorry, Jacob, carry on.
No, you go first.
I'm just looking at the league table now, and it's like I'm angry when I see we're down to 15th. It's like how far we've fallen. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a good job there wasn't 15 games left. We could be in right shit streak, couldn't we?
Yeah, Middlesbrough, Bristol, Cardiff, they're above us. We've got to let. That's not right, is it? Them being above Sunderland AFC.
We've even lost more games than Huddersfield Town. Can you believe that? We've lost more games than Huddersfield Town.
It's unbelievable.
It is when you
Ian Beale.
Eh?
Partly blame Ian Beale. You know.
You know, Stuart.
Hello.
You know another fascinating fact I read the other day.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 4 teams in the whole league that have conceded less goals than Sunderland. Do you know that?
Really?
Aye. And you know what one of them is? It isn't Ipswich. Ipswich have conceded more goals than Sunderland. So what does that tell you about having a good striker?
Look, we aren't business people. Do you know what I mean? We aren't business people running a club and this, that and the other. But we can see it. Why can't them with a shirt and tie on upstairs on their ivory towers? Why can't they see it then? What are they afraid of? What are they afraid of? Why won't they go out and buy a recognised striker? What is it? Why is it so hard? I can't understand what the problem is.
Wages.
Why, freaking hell, they should know by now. Unfortunately, money talks in football if you want to climb up the pyramid, don't they?
Stick to the wage budget, and that's it. That's how we didn't get Ellis Sims. That's how we didn't get Nathan Broadhead. All down to wages.
Brown envelopes. That's all it is.
Well, they just simply cannot carry on, didn't they? It'd be interesting to see. Is it true Dodds has got a worse record than Mike Beale, than Beale?
Oh, it's got a horrendous record, Dodds. Well, put it this way: if he'd been in charge all season, we'd be relegated with Rotherham now.
There was a post somewhere. I'm trying to find it. It showed you how many. I can't remember where it was. I read it. How many games Dodds has been in charge for Sunderland after Beale, and how many games he's actually won. It's shocking, like.
Worrying.
Sproats just come in the chat. Hi mate, only followed you a while. If Leicester win tonight, they win the title. I think Leicester will win. It's just on the cards that innit, Leicester, crikey. But cheers for popping in, Sprout. But no, there's a statistic somewhere. I can't find out where it is. But he's
Stuart, lost 10 games at home. You would never believe it.
No, it's.
Oh, here we go. Mike Dodds may have taken just 9 points from a possible 36 available to him, but the stats suggest the tide may be starting to change for SAFC. It's
9 points from 30 odd. Hey.
I mean, someone's just put on the chat thingy here. We have strikers sitting on the bench. They have got to be better strikers than Job or Dak or any other midfielder they play up front. Set up for draws with far too much emphasis on setting up for the other team. And it's just what you said before, Davey. It's like that. You know, why didn't they go all out for it against Watford?
Nothing.
You know, but yet again, now we're being harsh on Dodds. He's the job's not for him. Do you know what I mean? It's. You know, he's not a first-team coach. Doesn't care whether you like it or not. But we
he's
are.
Not a manager. He hasn't got no management skills at all.
Nah. So have you been listening or seeing the rumours to the managers and stuff that we've possibly been linked with and stuff? Have you seen them?
Just tattle with a pinch of salt.
Because I laugh at you commenting on YouTube, Dave. You keep saying to me, "I've told you who we're getting. Stop spreading rumours."
Still be here next week.
I don't know, but it happens every time, doesn't it? It's the merry-go-round. Like there's more stories than EastEnders.
Heard of?
You what, mate?
Or will it be someone we've never even heard of? But he's the best man for the job. He's what we've wanted all the time.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
Well, like experience, like you said, Cabby, it doesn't always work.
no.
Sometimes unknowns surprise you.
Well, it
So-
does. I mean, has any of you lot heard of Rennie Merrick? I've not heard of him.
No. Before it all came out, I didn't know who he was.
Or even Will Still.
No, never heard of him.
No.
Just on Google.
Well, the Marek guy, Giles said about him because he was at the under-19s Bayern Munich, and one of their players scored a goal similar to how Jack Clark did against Reading last season. So, and still, we don't get how Jack Clark's goal was not goal of the season. One of the best.
That was the best, but it wasn't even in the top 3, was it?
No, but if it was Newcastle, they'd have said goal at season.
Oh.
But oh no, when it's Sunderland, oh no,
No.
just what's so attractive about Newcastle and not Sunderland? Okay, no.
Just brought putting in the chat. I think he's on about. He says my work colleagues live in Sheffield and follow Wednesday, and now they've got a win. It puts them out of the relegation. I'm from Scotland and follow Rangers, but since with the decisions lately in the Prem, he says he can't stand bad decisions. He's on about Coventry v Man U in the FA Cup. They should have got that goal in the last minute. A lot of people are saying that was a farce. They're just the FA. They're not. Or whoever it is. They just want the two Man Uniteds. The Manchester's in the final.
Yeah. Well, that's not Cabby. That's not happened. Same two in the cup final. You know, same year. It's not happened since 1800s. So we've not had an FA Cup final with the same two from the previous year since 1800s or something.
He says, Sport says, I even read that the Premier League teams have decided to, through the whole replay game in the FA Cup is mental. They didn't even consider the Championship teams. Get rid of the replay game. You're right, mate. Coventry should be in the final. It ruins football. They haven't consulted the EFL at all. It's ludicrous. But I mean, I don't know. It's where all the big bucks are in the Premier League, isn't it?
Well, Man United, do you not think their atmosphere at Old Trafford, it's a library, Old Trafford? I think we've got better atmosphere than Man United. They don't bring loads of fans down away, do they, like we do?
Yeah.
Them Coventry fans must have been gutted, though. I mean, there's a lot of Sunderland fans didn't like Coventry and they're laughing and that. Like, but can you imagine? Imagine if that was us. Imagine how cruel that'll be. You'll have been jumping all over the place. You've just put Man United out and you're in the final. Do you know what I mean? And then to be taken away from you like that, it's like it's not VAR killing the game of football. It's the law of VAR. There's nothing wrong with VAR itself. It's the rules that VAR are going by. Yeah. That's killing the game of football. I mean, to wipe Coventry's lead out like that by a hairline like that. I mean, it's an absolute joke. I mean, me saying like it's about time we had the VAR in the championship. But would you really want it in the championship, Jacob and Davey? Would you want VAR in the championship?
Would spoil it.
Yeah, it would spoil it.
It's like Marmite, innit? You either like it or you hate it.
I mean, when you see a goal, the first thing you do, you look straight at the line from, didn't you? And that's it. If he hasn't got his flag up, you can celebrate the goal. But with that VAR, oh man, it can go 4 or 5 minutes. Just kills it dead.
But you wouldn't be able to imagine what it felt like for the Coventry fans. I mean, we're laughing at them, but can you imagine within the space of 20 seconds, euphoric to devastation? Duns says 1884-85, last time two teams in FA final.
Oh, thanks, Kevin, because they did say 18 something, but I just couldn't remember, but yeah, thanks, Kevin. But that's
Duns
I
has said
mean,
that.
Man United, man, it's just rigged, wasn't it? It was rigged.
I mean, I wanted Coventry through. I didn't care what anybody said. David Jackson, welcome me on the chat. He says, "Good evening, Cabbie. Well, I'm shell shocked with this ownership. Is totally diabolical. If it doesn't change, we'll be playing in League One soon." Is that a bit too harsh? I mean, we won't end up back in League One, will we?
I wish I hadn't said that.
I don't. As painful as it is this season, I don't think so. I still got hope. I can't see it happening. There's more chance of Newcastle winning the Premier League, you know. But nah. I get people don't like. Yes, Dreyfus. He's made some f ups. Absolutely, totally agree. But come on, you can't get any worse than Ellis Short or Donald, can you?
Sproats just says VAR needs to get scrapped. They've just recently offered VAR in Norway or Sweden, and all 32 teams have refused it.
Sweden's kicked it out.
Eh?
Sweden's just kicked it out. They've had it, Sweden, and they've ditched it.
32 teams have refused it, yeah.
Is it on in the French leagues as well? French, Spanish, German?
All them leagues. All got it. Turkish, all them.
What about Greek? You know the Greek leagues?
Oh, they've all got it. All of Japanese leagues, Chinese leagues, all of them.
Yeah, it's a brown envelope, innit?
Aye.
You know, for the offside, I said this last week, didn't I? It's like, for the offside decision, why can't they change it so the whole of the body has to be offside? Do you know what I mean? So if you've got like you've got a hair sticking out on your shin, and that's still on the line, you're still onside. Surely that would be better than the opposite way around, where it's like a hair that's over the line.
Mm. Well, it's like I actually think getting rid of the replays is wrong. I actually don't agree with that.
Why don't you agree, Jacob?
I just don't. Well, because I think it's like a tradition, isn't it? We've always known the FA Cup to be like that. We've had replays in the early rounds as well as further ones. It's like they're changing the game. They're changing it with offside rule. It's, they're making it less fun and too predictable.
Exactly.
You agree, Dave, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, them FA Cup replays are a lifeblood to some teams. You know, some teams can survive the season by getting a good replay, and it's just being took away from them without any concentration. But the Premier League won everything, didn't they?
I know. Sprout says Sunderland should go for manager coach Derek McGuinness at Kilmarnock or Stephen Naismith from Hearts. Two of the best managers in Scotland I've seen in a few years. That was a long time ago when we were first linked with McGuinness, wasn't it? Wasn't that when we got Jack Ross?
Aye. Didn't want the Scottish manager, man.
Yeah, 2017 we were linked with, says Dunn. Stephen Clark's come in the chat. Hello, mate. He says, why change something that's not broken? Are you presuming the fact, like, when we didn't have VAR, why have we brought it in? I didn't know. I mean,
the goal line technology's good. That's the best thing they brought in. But that's what they should have just brought in. That.
What, and just left it at that?
Aye, because that was a good thing to bring in. Because that Lampard goal for England was just outrageous. Like.
Oh, 2010.
Oh, it was like 2 foot over the line, and it didn't give it.
I was watching that. In the
well, speaking of England, we're not winning the Euros under Southgate. No chance.
No.
We've got a good squad, but sorry, Phil Parkinson in a waistcoat. That's what I call him. No, get Mourinho. Get Mourinho as manager, Jose Mourinho, because he's a winner mentally, and he's had that experience of winning trophies. Or maybe Graham Potter. He'd be my second choice, but my first choice is Mourinho. He just says it how it is.
I don't know. I think there's going to be more changes on the way of anything. Sport says, look at Warnock at Aberdeen. He was a big name down south before he came up and never even won a game. He says, you're not saying Warnock is a bad manager, but he was a manager at QPR, and I think when they got promoted. Stephen says, keep the FA Cup the way it is. Are you on about the FA Cup? It makes more exciting and more money for the clubs, especially the ones in the lower leagues. We all know what we think of that and stuff. So we'll talk about the Wednesday game coming up and that then. Obviously Wednesday's got everything to play for. What's your predictions for that then? This is it Saturday? Is it an early kick-off or is it just normal 3 o'clock?
No, it's 12:30. Every game's 12:30.
Yeah.
Every game's 12:30, is it?
Yeah.
So what do you reckon we'll do against them then?
Can never do bets for Sunderland, can you? But I'm just going to stay optimistic and say 2-1 Sunderland. You know.
Toby plays an attacking team that's got nothing to lose, man. Give a couple of the young ones a go. Like so Watson.
Ellis Taylor as well.
I mean, he's contract's up.
Yes,
Well,
that's right.
Davey, I watched the under-20. I went to go see the
Yeah, mate, I
under-21.
watch them on YouTube when they're on the home game. I watch all the home games.
Yeah, I watched the under-21s against Blackburn. I went to go see him. It was a great game, 4-0.
Aye.
And I think that Watson player, I think he might be like the next Jack Clark or something like that.
He looks like him, doesn't he?
Yeah. I thought maybe at first he was related to, Dave Watson, former Sunderland player. I thought maybe that at first, but no, he's not.
He was a monster, Dave Watson, wasn't he?
Aye.
Sprout's just saying, Talk Sport saying Defoe to be manager. Is that for Sun you're talking about, Sprout or Rangers?
Yeah. We'll say what Davey says. Rumours, just rumours.
Apparently, he says in the paper tonight there that he's already had an interview.
In case you missed it, not being interviewed, but has had informal talks. We'll see. Yeah. Bloody hell.
But do you not think it'd be typical? Defoe comes in, we're all a bit nervous because he's not had experience, but he ends up doing well for us. Do you not think that'd be typical? Because he's in his 40s, isn't he, Defoe?
Everybody's slagging off the Sun and Echo because it was the Echo that posted that, and someone says, just utter verbal diarrhea. Literally just, man might or man might not become manager. An absolute pointless post for clickbait. Dear me.
It's stirring the pot, innit? It's stirring the pot.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be shocked if Sheffield Wednesday beat us. Like, I wouldn't be at all. But I mean, you want to finish off on a high, don't you?
Oh, aye.
Duns has said 2-1 win to Sunderland. Yeah, it is 12:30 kick-off. I would love Defoe. He knows the game better than what Dodds does, says David Jackson. Well, he does, doesn't he? You would think.
Yeah. And he loves the club, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think even before Bradley Lowry, which I think was a lovely moment, he still liked the club, didn't he, Defoe? Even before Bradley as well. But Bradley, of course, made it even special, didn't he?
Yeah.
So the bond they had, it's... Yeah.
Well, I reckon, I wasn't there, but I reckon when Defoe scored that goal just before half-time against the Mags.
Crying.
He was crying. And
He is, yeah.
He was, wasn't he? Thierry Henry was one of the pundits on Sky, and he's been everywhere, hasn't he? Thierry Henry. And he said, says, I've never witnessed a stadium like this at half-time. He says the fans took the roof off with noise for the full 15 minutes interval at half-time. And he says he's never experienced out like that. And he's been all over the world, Thierry Henry. So it just shows you what our fans are like and what they can be like if the players are really responding.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Sprout says, up in Scotland, we've been shown it's either Kevin Phillips or Defoe for the Sunderland job. Would you say that they're both just not enough experience? I mean, I know the argument is it's better than Dodds. I mean, how many people are better than Dodds?
Wouldn't you think if you were thinking of putting one of them in charge, they should have put them in for the last 16 games?
I've said that on Radio Newcastle a few times. I spoke to Kieran Brady on, I think it was last week, and I said that to him. I says, with the games left, I says, do you not think it would have been better getting a manager in sooner rather than later? At least get to know a feel of the club. Or fair enough, if it's Phillips or Defoe, they won't really have to because they've been here, they're not inside out. But at least to get to know with the players and stuff, you know.
That's why it's still not going of him finishing his league.
You know. Darren Hawksby's talking about the FA Cup again. If you're getting rid of the FA Cup replays, then all the clubs should be in draw from the start. Like, so you're talking like the big clubs like the Man Uniteds and stuff should be in the first round proper. At least it gives the other teams a chance and stuff to get a big purse. I suppose that's a good point way of looking at it, isn't it?
Well, I bet they might end up. You know how we had that Super League thing where it was Arsenal, Man City, all them top 6 teams going into a different league. We should protest more when stuff like that happens, when they're trying to change the game. Protest about this FA Cup thing. You know, they're changing a game what we love. It's just just corruption now, isn't it, in football?
Of course it is. David Jackson says 4-1 Sunderland for Sheffield Wednesday. Gary Bennett would be an ideal manager. You know, a few Sunderland fans have said that. I mean, if there's anything passionate with Gary Bennett, it's him, isn't it? Even though his psiometer can be off the scale in his commentary.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
remember what he did with Speedy? Cabby. David Speedy.
I was at that
Bennett
game, but
strangling.
were you at that game, Davey, where he nearly chucked Speedy out the ground?
Alright, straight in the coops and get in there.
He were a bit of a naughty player, wasn't he, Speedy? He were a bit nasty.
Yeah. I wish we had him now.
Yeah.
We haven't got one player on that pitch, have we?
No. Imagine if Bennett at half time strangling players when they're not playing well. They might need it.
I reckon. I remember when Gaza came on for Spurs, and loads of Sunderland fans started hoying Mars bars. Hoying Mars bars at him at Roker Park, because he said in one of the newspaper interviews, like Mars bars is one of his favourite snacks. So I was scopping Mars bars at him at Roker Park. Sproat's got a question for. So what were you going to say, Jacob, lad?
I was going to say, do you know Vinnie Jones squeezed Paul Gascoigne's groin area? So when Vinnie Jones were at Wimbledon, and of course Gascoigne was at them up the road, and Vinnie Jones did what he did and squeezed his crown jewels.
It'd be interesting to see how many.
It happened.
Be interesting to see how many football clubs and museums that pictures up. Sproat says he's got a question for us. Do you think it's easier for managers to stay in Scotland because it's potential place in Europe and it's easy to have on CZ than move to the Championship and try? I presume he's saying like there's not so much competition. There's only sort of 2 teams involved in it, isn't it? And you can manage Celtic or Rangers. Are you trying to say like it's just a 2-horse race?
Well, that's what the Premier League's now, isn't it? It's becoming like the Scottish Premiership. It's becoming just too predictable, is the Prem. But I don't sometimes get why people maybe go to manage in Scotland, because there's, like you said, there's not much in it, is in the leagues. Whereas in the Championship, you don't know what's going to happen, do you?
No, the Championship's a great league, like. I just wish it would get out of it.
Some say in the Championship is getting what, before the Premier League, the Championship's getting like what the old Division was like. Division 1 was like years ago in the 80s. That's what it's slowly turning into.
Yeah, or even in the 2010s, even in 2010, 2011, 2013, the Premier League was different then, wasn't it? It's just money. It's money now, isn't it, in football? Money's just taking over.
Oh, absolutely. So what's your gut feelings with Speakman and KLD? Then what do you think's going to happen in the close season? Are there still rumours circulating that they're going to sell up? KLD's going to sell up.
Well,
What's your gut feelings?
I I personally think that this is a massive summer. It's the biggest summer Sunderland's had for a long, long time. And there's just two ways that'll go. They've either got to spend some money to keep up with everybody else, or they need to walk away, because you can't compete in this league on the smallest budgets and expect to be in the top 6. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm. What do you reckon, Jacob? Do you think the KLD and that'll still be here next season?
I think so. I think what it is with KLD, he doesn't want to. I think I do agree he needs to spend money, but at the same time, he doesn't want to repeat what Ellis Short did, splashing the cash too much, and cause we'll end up in the same back to square one, won't we? And we don't want that. So
I suppose that's a good point, Jacob. Isn't it? It's the fact, like, it's all right spending the cash, but you've got to spend the cash sensibly.
Yeah. Go down the middle. Don't spend too much, but don't spend too little.
The trouble is he did spend the money. I think he spent over 200 million quid. 200 million. I think if you spent 20 million on that Sunderland team, you would have a good team. Like, you need a striker and a holding midfield player, because I don't think that Ekwa's going to make it because he's too soft.
Yeah, he's had a bit. He's not performed as well lately, has he? But before he was doing all right. But
yeah, he's just walking about the field laughing all the time. It gets on my nerves. He should be sticking the nut on people and not mind laughing.
No, you know that. But Leicester have just scored, so as it stands, they will be champions.
No.
But as you said, it's not just the signing on fee for players, is it? It's the wages, what they're
the
wanting.
wages.
it is, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, we've missed out on so many players like, Broadhead and Ellis Sims and stuff like that, because we can't. Not that we can't match the wages and refuse to pay the wages.
He was injured, though, wasn't he?
Look at the weekend, Stuart. Kiefer Moore, 60 grand a week wages he's on, right? He was on the bench.
Was he on the bench? Was he Kiefer Moore?
He was on the bench. He was on the bench for Ipswich the other night against Hull. He come on with about 20 minutes to go, and he's on 60 grand a week. The whole of Sunderland's team's not on that.
That's balmy, that, like. But
it's just putting it into perspective, doesn't it? That's what you're up against.
Absolutely does it and all. Sproat's just saying, sorry for swapping subjects around. I'm just reading these chats coming through. Sproat says, my question is, if you were a manager like Derek McGuinness and you were offered a championship job with better money than in Scotland, is it better as a manager to stay and obtain top 6 and get into Europe, or move to England and get better money, better job, but never get into Europe? Once again, that comes down to there's only really 2 teams in the Scottish Premier League, innit? It's Hey, MACKEM CABBIE, can see you doing radio on a permanent basis, says Peter Crawford. Oh, dear me. As a manager, says Sprout, it's all right for us fans to expect certain things. Rangers fans expect to win the Europa League when we qualify. It's our expectations on our behalfs. Well, like I say, the close season, the pressure's on. The pressure's on KLD and thingy. Like, I mean, do you expect a few players to be out the door then? I mean, which players would you say isn't good enough for Sunderland that if they went, you wouldn't even think twice about them? You've not missed them.
Bradley Dack's got to go, hasn't he? To be fair,
Bradley Dack will go up. He'll go back to Chelsea. He must be the worst loaner that's ever been, that Burstow.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Burstow.
Have you seen him? Oh, what's his name? Him who scores all the goals for Ipswich. The winger. No, the winger.
Broadhead.
No, he scored the other night. Plays on the right wing. What's his name? Got an English name and all.
It's not Connor, is it?
No.
Hold on a minute. Good evening,
He
Daisy.
scored, didn't he?
Did he score on Saturday? Was it?
Scored 2 belters the other night.
Hold on a second.
Saturday night.
Oh, against Hull.
Aye.
There's
Tell you what.
Hurst, Burns, or Luongo. Not Luongo. Hutchinson.
Hutchinson. He's on loan from Chelsea. We got the wrong one, didn't we?
Yeah.
But just a bit, we got the wrong one.
Aye, he's on loan from Chelsea, and look where we got.
Oh, no. Hi, Cabbie, says Daisies. Good evening. Hello, Daisies. How you doing, mate? Stephen Clark says Sargent. That would be a good player to go for. Josh Sargent, from the American guy from Norwich. He's a dangerous player, isn't he?
Mm.
Duns 1996 says, no, we've had worse loans. That was Ashley Fletcher. He was just useless in the 2017-18 season, which he was massively featured in The Sun Until I Die documentary. And there's a famous clip, isn't there, when he eventually scored a goal when we won 4-1 away to Derby County, and he shows you Lee Cattermole smacking Ashley Fletcher's back to pointing to the fans. And then Ashley Fletcher turns around and goes, come on then, I've just scored. It's like, shut up, Ashley Fletcher. You're still shite, son.
Yes, Jeffrey Wednesday, mind you. Careful what you say. We're playing on Saturday.
The majority of Sunderland fans are expecting nothing else but a Sheffield Wednesday win.
Mm.
Could be Jack Clark's last game and all, couldn't it?
It could be. I won't be surprised if Evans leaves, to be honest.
Aye.
If we get rid of Corey Evans.
His contract's up.
I'll put it this way.
Oh.
If Jack Clark's out again back with his match against Watford, we wouldn't miss Jack Clark, would we? He just didn't. He just did not look interested. There was a time when he was clean through, and he just literally passed it back to the keeper. Like, what is that? You know, it's. I don't know. It's.
I just hope we don't lose the likes of Hume and Ballard, because I think we'll be in trouble if we lost them. Like.
Well, let's quickly go through the squad. Players who would have missed them. Patterson, do you think we'd miss him if he went?
Yes.
Definitely good, but it all depends who you replace him with.
Number 2, we've got Niall Huggins. I like that player, but he suffered a horrific injury, didn't he? I can't remember who it was against when his knee popped out.
Yeah.
He's worth hanging on to. Like I don't know what you guys think of Huggins, like, but I think he's quality.
He's just injury prone. That's his only trouble.
You know, and it's like
same as Serkin. Serkin's the same. Serkin's a wonderful player, but he just can't keep fit.
Yeah. So Dennis Serkin and Huggins is definitely, well, it's a funny one, isn't it? You say, yeah, you would keep him, but
you want them fit.
Yeah, he's as much use as being as bad as Birdstore if they're constantly on the sidelines all the time.
Yeah.
Dan Ballard, I think that's an obvious decision. Would you like to keep Dan Ballard, Jacob?
100%.
Oh, aye. He's a tank, isn't he?
Aye. Timothy Pembele?
No.
You're not so much about Pembele, yeah?
No.
And the joker of the club, Luke O'Nien, with his superb netball achievement against Watford on Saturday.
You've got to keep Lukey, man, even if he's on the bench and comes on, man. Keep him.
Yeah. See him against Leeds as well when he did what he did with his hand. I think he was just doing it to wind them up, to be honest. I think he was doing it to wind the Leeds fans up.
You know that.
I think he was trying to be Jim Montgomery, wasn't he?
How he didn't get sent off in that game, I don't understand that at all.
And look at that, Cabbie. We're one of the only teams not to lose to Leeds this season. And yet...
Is that right?
Yeah, we've won at home, drew away. But
that is mad.
There's not many teams who've not got 4 points against Leeds, I don't think, this season.
No, I didn't realise. I'll have to look at the stats for that, but that's mad, that.
Yeah. Jacob, on the other hand, there's not many teams lost both games against Huddersfield. But we did.
No, yeah. Oh,
Jason Sealt, what do you think of Jason Sealt? Would he be a miss?
Injured.
injured, isn't he?
Long term,
Try Hume.
good.
Good player, isn't he?
Aye.
Leo Hedgie, or Helgie, whatever you call him.
Dreadful. But he's got a 3-year contract, so we're stuck with him.
Would you say he's as bad as dreadful, yeah?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
There's times where he's looked promising, to be honest, but we don't know, do we? Just give him a bit more of a chance, but...
Well, Leeds couldn't really get rid of him, could they?
No.
He played 45 minutes for Leeds.
What about Aji Alessi?
Aye, keep him good.
Keep
yeah.
Elisa, yeah.
Corey Evans.
Fitness again, innit?
Yeah, I mean, he is experienced. He's a bit older, so you'd look at that. But also, he's on his last legs now, isn't he? So, what do you do?
It's a bad injury to come back from what he had, like.
Aye.
Yeah, he's
What was it? Did he hurt his knee or something? What were it? He did?
ACL.
Ouch.
nasty one. And he's a player that I think a lot of Sunderland fans are... Sorry, what
He's
were you
never
saying,
played
David?
for over.
Sorry, Dave, repeat that, mate. What were you saying?
He was out for over a year.
Yeah, that is a long time, isn't it? A long time. He's a player a lot of fans, I think, a lot are unsure of, is Joe Bellingham.
Oh, keep him. He's not leaving. He loves the club.
Yeah.
He loves the club.
Plus the club have totally burnt him out, overplayed him without a shadow of a doubt.
Because look what he even said, didn't he? So long as I'm playing in red and white, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
That's got to be something in it. If he didn't like Sunderland, he probably wouldn't be saying that, would he?
No.
It's true.
So,
Sorry, Jacob.
Bellingham ain't leaving.
We haven't seen the best of Joe, but that's the club's fault because they've burnt him out. He's played every game this season.
Yeah.
Was it the Plymouth match he scored that cracking goal at the Stadium Light when we brought him on later on in the second half? We'll give him a break.
Yeah. The only game he hasn't started in, he's played 46 matches this season. At 18-year-old. It's unbelievable.
Aye. Well, that's down to bad management, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you think with the right players around Joe Bellingham, he could be very dangerous?
Yes.
All right.
Worth
Hopefully,
keeping.
I hope he's in the England team as well in the future with his brother.
Yeah.
Because Jude is he's good. He's really good. He's Jude.
We've got Elliot Embleton.
Injured.
Yeah.
But I'd probably keep Embo though, isn't he? Wouldn't you keep
Quality
Embo?
player, but like he's just been
North
injured
East
since the
lad.
playoff final.
North East lad, isn't he, Embo?
Yeah. Young lad, he's still only young now. He's like
What is he?
like he's been around forever.
He's going to be
Is he 24? I think he's 24, isn't he, Embo? Or
Yeah,
23?
Date of birth, 2nd of the 4th, 1999.
Oh, so
25.
25, yeah.
Yeah. That's young, isn't it? That's still good.
I had to work that out because my maths is terrible, so bit of a delay in my brain.
How are the news next, Stuart?
Patrick Roberts.
Oh. Jury's out after that, the season he's just had.
I think the frustrating thing is with Patrick Roberts, we all know what he can do.
I love him. When he's on one, I just love watching him.
There's something there, though.
I'd like to keep
There's still
Patrick
something
Roberts.
there. There's still something there, though, isn't there?
I do agree.
Well, he's just signed a 3-year contract, so I've kept him for once.
I think the right management. I think Patrick Roberts can be on fire. I think we can get Patrick Roberts back to destroying players. I would like to keep him.
The right manager, right?
Aye. What about Romain Mundle?
Could keep him. He's not bad.
Right.
He's looked promising. And Mundle looked pretty good, so I'd keep Mundle.
I think he's another one that would benefit by a good manager or coach.
Abdullah Bar.
Oh,
Average at best, isn't he? Really bad.
brain dead.
Oof.
I wish I could. I wish I could put Pritchard's brain in his head, and he'd be a tremendous player.
He played well when we played Ipswich away, didn't we? I know I lost, but he when he carried the ball into the box and he laid up Jack Clark.
Yeah.
Chances he carried the ball and lost it.
I know.
Or passed through his space.
We've got Ellis Taylor next.
Aye. I like Ellis, like, just never had a chance, has he?
No, under 21s, and he's been mainly playing there.
Yeah.
And we all know.
Shook hands with him when I saw him at under 21s.
Oh yeah, you said before, didn't you, Jacob? That was the guy.
Yeah. I said to him, "Well done, on the win," and he said, "Thank you."
Jack Clark.
Keep, but
not our decision, is it?
No.
It's him and his agent, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we'd all chop our hands off to keep him, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Right. And I wouldn't sell him for buttons, like, definitely not.
No.
Oh no, make sure
I think
cash in.
No, we'd get a lot of money for him, and I hope we use that money wisely.
Yeah.
Next
not just
play. Sorry, Jacob.
I was saying we shouldn't just prat around with the money, should we? Use it wisely.
God, no way. What about Adil Ashish?
Keep.
I think he's another one falls into the mongrel bracket where I think he'll come on with a decent coach.
Yeah, me too. There's something there.
I
do agree there. Dan Neil, obviously one of our own.
Definitely.
Something there about Dan Neil, yeah.
He was at the Capital One game, against Man City. There's a picture of him as a lad. He's there, clapping on the lad.
Yeah. I can't believe some Sunderland fans are saying, get rid of him. I don't know where they're getting that from.
Nah.
Callum Styles.
I'd keep him, actually. I know he's better
in midfield. I wouldn't keep him as left back, but he's better in midfield. He's good on the ball, like.
There's something there, isn't there?
There is something there, yeah. Can be frustrating a bit, but he is good overall.
We'll read some of the comments very soon in the chat. There's a few to come through. 31, Chris Rigg.
Oh, definitely keep.
Yeah, keep oil rig.
Keep the oil rig. Yeah, it's definitely. He's another player that we've intended like burn out, haven't we? Played him too long, too much. You think?
Oil rig.
Yeah.
Not really.
No, he's only come on the last 6 months to come in.
Fair dues. Pierre Ekwa.
Jury's out, big style.
I think why he's not been performing as lately. I think the injuries had an effect on him, but I think over the summer he can get back to his usual self. So I'd probably keep Ekwa, actually.
He's had a dead leg. He's had a dead leg for 6 months.
He's one of those players, though, that he loves the club, because Nick Barnes did say on Fans React, he loves the area, he loves the club, and we want more players like that, with that attitude and mentality, because,
Now we'll
keep Ekwa.
Keep Ekwa, you Sarah. I think this one's going to be resounding. I know what this answer is. Bradley Dack.
Gone now, man. He'll be gone now.
He'll be gone now. So, yeah, he's already on the bus. Hemir Semendo.
Oh, Judy's massively out.
Another
one that will benefit by a good coach and a good manager.
Could be. Waste of time mention the next one, Bird's Tour.
Keep. He can cut the grass. He can cut the grass after the game.
He probably won't even get that right, man.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't.
He'd probably start cutting the AstroTurf indoors.
Well, would you put him in the under 21s though? Because couldn't he be in that squad? Could maybe improve on then if we permanently bought him.
Oh, what with Jack Clark's money?
Yeah.
And finally,
I think he'd be gone.
You think he'd be gone? I do, Finally, Naziri Rusin.
Jury's out, but I think he wants to be back to Ukraine.
Yeah. language barrier.
Struggling with his language barrier.
Bless him.
He's
Yeah,
showed,
bless him.
He's showed flashes of
Potential.
hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to the comments here now. Where we're at. What was your thoughts on that? I watched on Sun Until I Die, but wasn't explained much. Oh yeah, what was the whole thing with Jack Rodwell? Remember that? Well, he was just hanging on for money, wasn't he?
Oh, bad attitude. Bad attitude.
Yeah. Stephen
Sign
Clark.
Jack Rodwell.
Hey?
Sign Jack Rodwell.
Who signed him?
Aye. Just trying to think.
I think you were even here with Big Sam, wasn't it?
We got him from Man City, didn't we?
Yeah. I don't think it wasn't Big Sam who signed him, I don't think, but
No.
I swear he was here under Big Sam as well. So
who signed him then? Go on, ask the question. Ask Google, Stuart.
Well, does anybody on the chat know who actually signed?
Who signed Jack Rodwell?
Jack Rodwell. I'm sure they'll be typing with the keyboards already. David, wait a minute, Stephen. Oh, let's go catch up. Stephen Clark says all might go. He says Pato, Clark, Hume, Ballard, and Neil might go. If Pato went, we have Matty. Dazes says Clark hasn't got the pace for Premier League. A lot of fans say that, especially when we played Newcastle. He looked like a snail, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like what we've said, Stephen. He says I think with the right head coach, I think some of these players could come good, and that's what we've been saying. David also says get Ellis Sims back. Peter Harvey says we need Ahmad back on loan, who was the best Sunderland player for the whole of last season. Well, I think he carried us over the line to get in the playoffs without a doubt. Ahmad, like he lifted the team and the fans so much, didn't it? But I don't know whether we're going to get him or not. I think we're flogging a dead horse, to be honest with you.
I think we'd have more chance of getting them back if Tony Mowbray was here.
Aye. Well, as Jacob keeps saying, we'll have more chance sleeping with Teresa than getting Ahmad back, I think.
Well, we wish all the best to Tony, though, don't we? With him being in hospital.
Oh, of course we do. Where are we? Daza says we need new owners, new direction. Keep the model, but spend some money on experienced players. Says Dazes.
Well, that's not keeping the model, is it?
No. But
you can't have both ways.
Well, it's happened with other clubs, hasn't it? Brighton and Brentford, but it's just it doesn't always happen. It doesn't always work for everyone, does it?
I know.
I would hate to think we're going to go into next season with no experience in that team.
Oh no! Look, I don't think the fans will even let it get that far. To be honest with you,
no.
I think if there's a sniff that the owners are just going to carry on where we've left off, there'll be an outroar. You watch it. The fans won't let that happen.
No, and same with going back to League One. I don't think the owners will let that happen, or like the fans as well. You know.
Yeah, Duns is right as well. Callan Styles is on loan at the moment. We've got an option to buy him though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Peter
from Barnsley.
From Barnsley, yeah. Peter Harvey says we need to buy Smodics, J. Sansfield, and Kiefer Moore. We need to get promoted next season.
Well, there's 100 million gone.
There's 100 million gone. Duns says Gus Poyet signed Jack Rodwell, and Stephen Clark said Gustavo Poyet signed Jack Rodwell as well.
There you go.
And that's a while back.
He had some bad losses, Poyet, but to be fair, he was a good manager. If he had better backing, who knows?
Ian Wilkinson says Evans and Dak have taken Rooson under their wing to support him. Yeah, Daza says Gus Poyet, so it definitely must be him. Ian Wilkinson says, imagine if we went up last season and we had this squad. It'd be like a slaughterhouse, wouldn't it? David agrees. He says we should keep Roos in. He's got great potential, but yet again, if he wants to wait, it's up to him in it. Ian Wilkinson says we brought Dak in as experience. Oh dear, could that have been Mowbray's only one mistake because he brought him in, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Ian Wilkinson says it's about ability and organisation. Chelsea have a younger squad than us. And Dunza says Gus Poyet wants to come back to Sunderland, but it's another one thrown into the ring, isn't it?
Well, he was rumoured when Parkinson got sacked. When Phil Parkinson got sacked, there was it proper came out. Gus Poyet wants to come back and that. So, I don't know. I'm not sure under this regime. Maybe not. Even Big Sam said the same.
David Jackson said Peter Reid signed Rodwell. I think. I don't think it was that far.
Nah.
Peter Reid, was it?
No.
No. Oh, I'm going to have to check Google.
I'm going to have a look now.
You remember when Newcastle fans called him Monkey-Eed, Peter Reid?
Right, I'm going to Google this.
I think we signed Rodwell and Alan Johnson around about the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Gus Poyet.
Was it?
Gus Poyet, yeah. Jack Rodwell maintains that Gus Poyet's powers of persuasion proved responsible for his decision to join Sunderland for Manchester City ahead of several Premier League rivals.
He did say miracles happened, didn't he, Gus Poyet? Remember that miracles happen.
Miracles happen, absolutely. Oh well, so we've reached the hour of the show. Have you enjoyed it, Davey, Jacob, lad?
Oh, aye.
Always.
It's been good meeting Davey.
Aye. You went on, mate. Been a great chat.
Aye. Barnsley was a good show last week, wasn't it?
Aye, good, Bob Barnsley. Oh, he was brilliant.
Who else would you ever consider Defoe, Cabby? Would you consider having Defoe on your...
What, as manager thing?
No, like Barnsley did. Get Defoe on.
Wow.
I've got
or get some legends on, like maybe Jibril Cisse or Peter Reid, things like that.
Yeah, it just all depends, doesn't it? I mean,
how you going, Cabby? Get yourself out there.
I will try my best, and not worry about that. I mean, it just depends who's willing to come on and do, even if it's just a half-hour slot, free of charge.
Cabby.
Yeah.
Cabby, can you get Speakman on?
Oh.
That's a tester for you.
No, why not get Dreyfus on? Why not Dreyfus? Like,
hell. In my family fortune says if I can get them on, I'll give you the money myself.
But he'll be busy in the Himalayas, won't he, Dreyfus? Skiing in the Himalayas or something like that.
It all depends who's willing to come in without charging a fee. Do you know what I mean? I mean, is it rude to sort of ask sort of biggest names to come on when not expecting to give them anything? Do you know what I mean? It's you've got a lot of hoops to jump through, haven't you? But Shy Barnes getting out. Nick Barnes has already said Gary Bennett's definitely wouldn't do stuff like this. He knows Gary Bennett better than anyone. He reckons Bennett's a very reserved person. He comes on radio Newcastle and that, but he's not really social media up, to be honest with you, Benno. But I mean, there's other lads. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to get Marco Gabbiadini on, even Kieran Brady.
Bolo's ending.
Yeah. It's a case of trying to find out where to get in touch with them, how you get in touch with them.
I could get my first favourite player, Cabby, Asamoah Gyan. He were a good player when he was at us.
Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah. What about Hendo, Cabby? Why not Hendo?
I don't think I'd be able to give him a call because he's over Ajax, isn't he, at the minute?
He's in the Netherlands.
Since we've left the EU, it'll cost us a fortune.
Hey, Cabby, you'll have to go because the dogs won't walk.
I need bother. Thanks a lot, Davey.
See you later, lads. Have a good night.
You too, Davey. Cheerio.
Ta-ra, mate.
It's all right. See you later. See you later. Spot on. Adam Johnson, 2012, Jack Rodwell in 2014, says Duns, Peter Harvey, Kevin Phillips and Cattermole as assistant. Michael Bridges, says Stephen Clark. Yep, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks to Davey. See you later, and cheers for Jacob as well.
Cheers, everyone.
And we'll be catching you next next Monday. So we'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.